Well, Facebook's ad business, it's a $3 billion mystery. That's what Peter Kafka says, which is why he's here. The main event. Tell us about this $3 billion mystery.
So we knew that Facebook was going to has a really big ad business, and that's what we saw yesterday when those numbers came out. It's $3 billion a year. A lot of folks, both financial folks and folks within the ad business, aren't quite sure how Facebook's ad business actually works. They're not quite sure sort of where they're getting the majority of the revenue from, what kind of ad buys they're getting. And if you look at the filing yesterday, there's nothing that sort of indicates what's going on there. Not a huge surprise. Typically in an S1, you don't sort of unveil everything at once. And it may take several years before
you don't
Facebook
open the kimono all the way.
You do not. It's not full frontal yet. But I think part of the story here, and Facebook sort of alludes to it, is I don't think Facebook knows what their ad business is. They know. I mean, obviously they know where the money's coming from, but I don't think they know where it's going to go. And they've got a line in there, if you've got it in front of you, they say something to the effect of, look, social ads are developing, and advertisers are trying to get their head around it, and it's going to evolve over time. This is different than other ad businesses we've seen, which that have come to market saying, here's our ad business, this is what it looks like.
Okay, and it's $3 billion.
$3 billion, which is up from $750 million 2 years ago. So phenomenal growth.
Phenomenal growth. Does the huge valuations that we're hearing about of of possibly $100 billion? Is that justified by $3 billion in revenue? It does seem like
you can get plenty of folks. I'm sure you've had plenty of folks that come and talk about their price to revenue or price to earnings, et cetera. To me, if you're a bank, if you're an investor, what you want to think about is how much of this ad business is tied to the fact that they've just grown a lot. They've got a lot of users. You've got a lot of advertisers saying, "All right, well, here, have some money. We'll see what happens." Versus advertisers coming back, buy after buy, saying, yeah, we like this. We like the results we're getting. We're going to get a funnel money here. How much of this is an experiment versus a recurring business?
And I think investors like the recurring annuity business where it just goes tap, tap, tap.
You'd like that. I mean,
and it's good, it's solid, and you don't have to worry.
Google has a machine where people put in money and ads come out, and everyone sort of understands how that works. I don't think Facebook has that yet. They may never have that. We're not sure.
And we're not sure. Now, you mentioned that when Google went public 8 years ago, they were similarly not very forthcoming about their ad business, and that some of the ad people went from Google to Facebook. So it isn't.
There might be some parallels there. I mean, the difference was Google had one primary ad business. It was AdWords, and if you wanted to, you could sort of dig into that. And that was, if you could figure that out, you figured out Google's ad business. Facebook doesn't have that one analog to that. There's a mix of things going on.